Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, whenever you're tuning in, and welcome back to another episode of the Fight Night Narratives with your host, Fierce, where we break down the biggest, the baddest, the latest, and the upcoming fights within the great sport of boxing. And today, tomorrow, on the 25th of May, the rematch between Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall will happen, and this is a very interesting fight with a great storyline. So let's just get into it. So let's go ahead and rewind back to 2022 real quick. And it was the 26th of February, and a lot of people, they didn't expect. They really expected this to be a demolition job from Josh Taylor. They thought that Jack Catterall was gonna just get destroyed. And I was one of those people. I was pretty convinced on a Josh Taylor victory. Well, he did get the victory officially, but a lot of people disagreed with that. We'll get to that in a minute. But it was obvious that there was a lot of bad blood. That Josh Taylor was talking about his next move after this fight, and talking about how he wants um, some other fights, and just completely overlooking Jack Catterall. This is a prime example of why you don't overlook your opponent, because Jack Catterall, he went in there and gave a very, very good showing. Even knocking Josh Taylor down in the fight. Catterall scored the knockdown in, let's see, round number 8 was when Catterall scored the knockdown. And Catterall just went in there. You see, that's the term robbery gets thrown around a lot, and I'm not sure I like it very much. People say that Vasily Lomachenko got robbed versus Devin Haney. I disagree with that. Um, People might say, maybe um, maybe um, Brandon Figueroa might have gotten robbed versus Stephen Fulton. I disagree with that. But the term robbery is passed around a lot. But this fight right here, Taylor versus Catterall, it could be one of those fights where you really consider it a robbery. I'm gonna be 100%. It could have been a robbery, and by the general consensus, majority of people thought that Jack Catterall won. The official scorecards at the end of the day, 113, 112 Catterall, then 113 to 112 Taylor, and then 114, 111 Taylor. It was very controversial. A lot of people thought Jack Catterall had done enough to win. So, yeah, that's basically the story of the first fight, if you guys don't really know. Instead, Taylor, um, Taylor's last fight, he took a loss to Teofimo Lopez in June of 23. And since then, Catterall has um, gotten wins over Derog Foley and Jorge Linares. So yeah, that's that's their resumes after the fight, but overall, overall, um, Catterall does have some good wins. O'Hara Davies, um, Tyrone McKenna, and more. But overall, it's kind of undeniable that Josh Taylor has the better resume. I mean, he's beaten um, Regis Prograis. Um, he's beaten Jose Ramirez. He's just got wins over the top names. Ivan Berinchik. Um, and he's also fought Davies too. He did have that Keith Lopez fight, but he did lose. So both have decent resumes, but Taylor definitely has the better one. But onto the fight breakdown. Um, I think that this will be a more technical fight, but well, of course, there's the feeling out process, right? I feel like it'll be a very technical fight through 4 or 5 rounds, just them trading some jabs. Just them trying to feel each other out. But I feel like the bad blood I mean, it's obvious that these two guys really don't like each other, and that's quite the grudge match. It could get pretty. It could get pretty. It could get pretty rough later in the fight. I'm not sure how many rounds this fight is. I would assume probably 12. But I could see, um, a fight really brew later. But I think early in this fight, it'll be a chess match, really, just a game of inches. But I do think, once once one guy really starts to land a couple good shots, then I do think the fight will really break out then. Um, I do think that, well, I'm gonna save my prediction for a little bit, but early on, um, Josh Taylor might have the edge for the first 2, 3 rounds, but I feel like Catterall will adjust and, I do think Jack Catterall will win. My reasoning why, just the inactivity that Taylor's been through. I get it. He's still a great fighter, but I just feel he's a bit lost. My opinion. I feel like he hasn't really been the same since that first Catterall fight. Of course, he lost, in my opinion, a pretty wide decision to Teofimo Lopez. I just don't think that Taylor's the same fighter as we saw against Jose Ramirez or against Regis Prograis. I just think he's kind of lost a step, and I do think Jack Catterall is a bit overrated, but I do think that he has the skill set. I do think that he will come out victorious against Josh Taylor. Well, twice to see the scorecards being, I was actually thinking last night, if I do expect Taylor to, I do expect Catterall to get the better out of him and overall win, but I mean, could we see another controversial decision you know, the first fight. You know, as I was going back to the robbery conversation, you know, I don't like to toss that word around much, but it'd be considered a robbery. Um, but could Taylor get another controversial decision? I think Catterall will. Um, I do think that Catterall will get the better work, and I do think that he will get the decision. Just going back, I don't think that Taylor's the type of fighter he used to be, and I mean, yeah, that's about all. Um, I what am I trying to say here? If Catterall does win, I don't think I see him really beating, you know, the top guys like maybe Tio, Haney, Cruz, Matthias. But it, I feel like Taylor's lost a step, but Catterall, he's had decent wins. He's had very good performances. Um, I just think he gets the job done. And as far as the scorecards go, I don't think it'll be a shutout, right? Um, I think the scorecards at the end of the match will be around 116, 112, maybe. 116, 112. Maybe 117, 111, but I think it's a bit of a stretch. But it's possible. I see anywhere from the 115, 113, the 117, 111 range. You know, Josh Taylor decisions have been kind of dodgy because, yes, Lopez got the well-earned win, but one of the judges had that fight 115, 113, and that was a little close, my liking. So I do think that Catterall will win, um, around that range, 115, 113, 116, 112, maybe 117, 111. Um, I feel like Catterall really has nothing to lose next to Taylor, who really has everything to lose, in my opinion. Um, do I have anything else to say? Um, just look out for a good fight. It's really what matters at the end of the day. It's a great fight, and I think that a great fight will be delivered. Um, I think that's about all. Um, as far as a breakdown prediction goes. Um, but what do you guys think about this fight? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe. I don't know when, but some my channel and the video should pop up soon. Yeah, subscribe, and if you haven't seen, if you're new here, I post it pretty often throughout the week. Check out my channel if you want to see um my preview on Lopez versus Claggett. I also have one for Chisora versus Joyce, and Ryan Garcia as he's popped positive. if you're interested in seeing my, if you're interested in being caught up with the action for the Fury Usyk card, also there. A review of this fight will be coming probably Saturday night or Sunday morning, probably Saturday. But tell me your guys' thoughts on this fight. Check out some of my other videos. But yeah, that's all I got for you. Catterall by decision. And see you guys next time. Thank you for joining me.